Okay, guys. Hi. Been a long time. Second take on this. Old Jeff, Mysterious Oklahoma Facebook. It's been a while on the urban legends and the urban legend hunting. But like I said, it takes me a while to find something that truly interests me again. And now I think I'm going to go with this one urban legend I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I can go at it at a different angle, I believe, and protect people and protect companies and per se those that don't want negative feedback or any of that kind of stuff. Today, on this fine Friday, it's good to see you guys again, talk to you, and go with something new and fresh. Like I said, it's a lot to get me motivated on urban legends, which is personal for me, and this one is. And now I can approach it differently to where I can talk about it a little bit. So, here we go. It is this one is it basically started back. I have to give a little history of myself. It involves my dad, who's been home to be with the Lord now. God bless his soul. But this was back in the '60s when we moved from Arkansas to Oklahoma, and he was a machinist for a country boy, farm type boy. He's very much to the time period, support the family, do that kind of stuff, and just a whole different time period. But he was when he came up here to Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was, like I said, he was really a bright guy, engineer type, CNC machinist. He was an airlines mechanic, car mechanic. But she loved that kind of stuff, and he was very much a car mechanic. And I think that was his desire or dream, was to be a stock car driver, a race car driver of that period. He loved tinkering around with old cars, had a lot of them, and I got to enjoy that while he was alive. And we had some nice race cars, or for me they were race cars, hot rods and such. Muscle cars. And anyway, to move on with that, enough of that, is this involves a company. It's a different company now, but I'm protecting them, but or trying to, my best. And this is where he worked at. Okay, was outside, it's a little cool and warming up. Now I'm gonna take his hat off. Hope I look okay. Sorry. Woo! I could do an Old Spice commercial, right? And that's another thing. I'll talk about that for a minute. Let me rabbit trail for a minute. The last time I did this, I think I just always had a goatee, and I grew this beard out. And no, it wasn't for the No Shave November thing of last year, 2015, but it was right in the time period. It was around October, and a buddy of mine said, "Hey man, I've heard you can grow a beard, and everybody else is growing them for this No Shave November kind of stuff, and just grow it. Would you grow one?" I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So here's my beard, and thank goodness I'm going to shave it down after I'm done. It's been 3 months, a little over, October, the end of October, to this is what, February, 1st February, so that's 3 months, good enough for me. Yes, I could go 5 months, maybe get through all the cold weather if I want to shave it down. I'm not going to go a yeared, or what they call a year, or a yeared with a beard. Tried the products and stuff, it's great, it helps, but I want a smaller beard again. I want my face back. But I may grow another one again sometime towards this coming Christmas. On with the show. So here's my new take on the urban legend I've been really wanting to talk about for a long time. It's at my shop. It's at my shop now. I mean, in this place now, but people don't talk about it. But those that will, with me, my friends, we've talked about this stuff, urban legends and all that. It's a lot of fun. The history of it. We talked about this started when my dad was in the 60s, 65, 66, that's probably 5 or 6. Like I said, he was the average workforce kind of a guy, blue collar worker, making machine parts for airlines and small lines and small machine parts. But Dad said he was at a shop. He was at this one shop that we went and visited him off and on, and I'd get to go in and visit my dad and see him for lunch like that with Mom, and then we'd go, hang out. Very little, but I remember that as a memory. It stuck with me as a memory in this place. And he one day, just oddly enough, we had been there for a while. I think it was his first or second job in Oklahoma, being from Arkansas. And he came up, it was an odd day. And I remember as a child, that stuff you remember. I don't know if it's traumatic. It is traumatic for him, and it affects you. So he comes home. It was an odd day, and Mom asked why he came home. And years later, I remember him talking about it then, but now as I older, said, "Why did you leave that workplace that you liked so well?" He said, "Well, to tell you the truth, that's when I was older, like 14, 15, maybe even 16, I don't know. We were sitting around, and he said what happened was he was at work that day at his machine shop, And just an ordinary day, wonderful day, like pretty day like today on this Friday. Sunshine and everything. He said we were just having a good conversation with him and hit the boss's office in the back part of the office where it was the boss's office, but he really liked this guy and this manager, leader, or lead guy, supervisor, and they were hanging out talking, just shooting the breeze. How's the wife and kids and family and all that stuff? And Dad said, everything's good. You're good. And they said, okay. And my dad said, well, I got to get back to work. And I'll talk to you later. Good talking to you. Whatever the guy's name was. I can't remember it personally. And Dad said he shut the door and bam. Said Eddie opened the door. Of course, what do? He opens the door back open and the guy shot himself. Suicide. Killed himself and said you could have, that it affected my dad. He said he really liked the guy. He said you would have never believed that the guy was seriously considering anything like that. And he never saw that he was depressed in any way, shape, or form. And then he was gone. So I closed the shop down. But where I'm at now is another type of manufacturing company. And this was Frank, the name. Well, we're going to stay with the name of the company, what it was when my dad worked there. And the guy had killed himself. Shot himself with a gun. I don't know what kind or anything like that, but it affected him, traumatized my dad for a long time. He did get over it, moved on, and like I said, he's long since gone, passed away. God bless him. I'm sure he's good at where he's at home. But this guy, the name of the machine shop was Frank Mathey Machine Works Incorporated. So I'm going to dig into this like I always do. First, I'll get some information. I'll Google it. I'm going to call Tulsa Library Research like I always start, or one of the places I go to, or books or things that I have knowledge of. And going to research this Frank Mathey Machine Works Incorporated in Tulsa, Oklahoma, around the Sheridan area. I'll tell you that much, and find out why. Because the story still goes on, but I won't give you the name of the title of the company now. But that people have seen things. And even said, talk about noises they've heard and call it the ghost of this place, or things have happened through friends of mine that told me things have happened. And for a while, when I first was there the first time around, it had an oppressive feel. It's not as bad now, but there was such an oppressive feel at that place. Not as heavy now, but I'm praying. I'm a praying person, and I pray that way wherever I'm at. That stuff's got to go. But that's the way I believe in stuff like this with the paranormal and the supernatural. You can pray, and it does have effect. So that's what I'll take this. We'll call this the Frank Mathey Machine Works Ghost, or Frank Mathey Machine Works Incorporated Ghost of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'll just call it the Frank Mathey Machine Works Ghost. How's that? But I'll tell you about the take of it. I'll start my research. This is the first video on that. Old Jeff in mysterious Oklahoma, pushing towards the weekend, always on a fine Friday, having fun. Gonna have some research. Now this interests me. I want to find the machine works. I want to dig a little deeper and find out about the person, the guy who maybe owned the place, or the supervisor that happened to do the digging. What now has caused what people say some things happen. Okay, I'll just put it that way. And it's good getting back on the video. No Shave November beard coming off, whatever that thing is. It's just a beard. It's coming off. The Santa Claus beard. And I'm going to shave it down anyway. And good just being out there again. And like I said, I will dig on this. Tulsa Research first is where my always phone call. They do a lot of great work. And we'll just find out what's going on in that. And anything else, like I said, if I find something else interesting, of course I'm going to start trying to put out some more videos, trying to get them out there, having some fun, like I said, always on the weekend, and itching my nose like I always do, man. It's always something in the air. I've got sinuses. Frank Mathey Machine Works Ghost, Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to find out what's going on and get some ground, but that was a personal urban legend for me, because like I said, dealt with my dad, and how he dealt with what had happened, and now what's left behind, and the place is still standing. So have a great weekend, guys. I really hope you have fun out there this weekend. Can't think of anything else I want to say as far as that. I'll do some research. I'll find some things and we'll get back with you. Talk to you later. See ya. Have a great weekend. And always stay with me for a while. Even though if I'm gone for a while, I'll come back. It's always going to be a good one.